5 deer. Hunting tips you'll wish you knew sooner. Most deer hunters do not fail because they cannot shoot straight. They fail long before the shot ever appears. A careless approach, one wrong breeze, or 10 seconds of unnecessary movement can undo hours of preparation. The frustrating part is that the deer often slips away without you ever knowing it was there. Today, we are fixing that. These 5 tips are not expensive gear upgrades or complicated tricks. They are practical habits that consistently put hunters in better positions. They apply whether you hunt whitetails from a tree stand, work the edge of open country, or still hunt through timber. Adapt them to your local terrain, season, and regulations. Always identify your target and everything beyond it. Use a safe backstop, wear the required high-visibility clothing, and never take a shot you cannot make responsibly. Stay to the end, because tip number 5 is the one that turns close encounters into clean opportunities. Tip number 1. Hunt the wind you actually have, not the wind the forecast promised. Every hunter knows deer have an exceptional sense of smell, but many still treat wind direction as a simple arrow on a weather app. In real terrain, wind bends around ridges, spills into creek bottoms, curls behind thick cover, and changes as the ground heats and cools. A forecast that says west wind does not guarantee west wind at your stand. Check the air constantly while you move. A small bottle of wind powder, milkweed fibers, or another legal wind indicator shows what your scent is doing at the exact spot where you are standing. Release it at ground level, waist height, and again from your hunting position. Watch it for more than a few feet. You may see it travel safely away, then circle back toward a bedding area. Morning and evening thermals matter too. As the sun warms a slope, rising air can carry scent uphill. When the ground cools near evening, air often falls toward low areas. That means an access route that is safe at noon may betray you at sunset. Build more than one setup for your best location. Label each for the wind conditions it can tolerate, then be disciplined enough to walk away when the wind is wrong. One missed evening is better than educating every mature deer in the area. If the wind shifts toward likely bedding cover while you are hunting, do not wait for proof that you have been smelled. Back out quietly and preserve the location for another day. Tip number 2. Scout your entry and exit routes as carefully as the hunting spot. Hunters love finding a rub line, a well-used trail, or a perfect funnel. Then they march directly through the surrounding cover to reach it. Deer pattern human intrusion quickly. If your route crosses a feeding field before daylight, brushes a bedding edge, or leaves scent on the trail you expect deer to use, the stand can be compromised before you climb into it. Start your scouting from the parking area and work toward the setup. Ask where deer are likely to be when you arrive and where they will be when you leave. Use terrain, drainage ditches, creek beds, standing crops, or thick screening cover to hide your silhouette. Avoid skylining yourself on ridges, trim only what you need, and prepare the route before the season when possible so you are not breaking branches in the dark. Your quietest path is not always your safest path. A soft trail through leaves may carry your scent directly into cover. A slightly longer route over firmer ground may keep your scent and sound away from deer. Plan both a morning and an evening approach because deer location changes throughout the day. Think about the exit before the hunt begins. If deer are feeding near your route after sunset, climbing down and walking through them can damage the area. Wait when it is safe and legal, use another exit, or arrange for a vehicle to approach from a direction deer already associate with normal activity. The goal is simple. Hunt the location without announcing that it is being hunted. Tip number 3, hunt fresh information, not last month's memories. Deer sign is exciting, but not all sign deserves equal weight. An old rub tells you a buck visited at some point. A trail worn into the soil may be used mostly at night or during another season. The most valuable clues are fresh tracks, damp droppings, newly exposed wood on a rub, recently disturbed leaves, and current food sources. Food changes quickly. Acorns can pull deer away from fields almost overnight. Harvested crops can change a travel pattern in a single afternoon. Hunting pressure, weather fronts, and the rut can also rewrite a pattern. Keep checking the conditions that made a location attractive in the first place. Use trail cameras where they are legal, but do not turn camera checking into constant intrusion. A camera is useful when it answers a specific question. Which direction are deer traveling? What time are they arriving? And is the movement occurring in daylight? If possible, place or check cameras from low-impact routes or use remote transmission where regulations allow it. When you find fresh sign, connect it to a reason. Ask where the deer came from, where it was going, and what wind made that movement feel safe. A single track is not a plan. A fresh track entering a staging area downwind of bedding cover just before dark is a useful pattern. Do not be afraid to adjust. A hunter who sits the same stand because it produced 3 years ago is hunting history. A hunter who notices a new food source, fresh tracks, and a changing wind is hunting today's deer. Tip number 4. Prepare the shot before an animal appears. Many opportunities disappear because the hunter starts making decisions after the deer is already in range. Once you settle in, identify every likely approach and choose safe shooting lanes. Range visible landmarks such as a tree, rock, fence post, or field edge. Do this with a rangefinder where legal, then remember the distances so you do not need unnecessary movement later. Check your body position. Can you turn toward each lane without scraping clothing against bark or shifting your feet loudly? From a tree stand, keep your safety harness connected and make sure nothing interferes with a controlled shooting position. From the ground, arrange your seat and equipment so you can raise your firearm or bow smoothly while maintaining muzzle control. Decide your personal maximum range before the hunt. That distance should be based on proven practice under realistic conditions, not the farthest shot you once made at a calm target. Wind, low light, awkward angles, and an alert animal all reduce the margin for error. If the shot is outside your reliable ability, let the deer walk. Wait for a clear view of the animal and confirm it meets every local legal requirement. Never shoot at sound, movement, or an unidentified shape. Know what lies behind the target, including roads, buildings, livestock, other hunters, and terrain you cannot see through. Finally, rehearse the sequence in your mind. See the deer, stay still, confirm the target, select the lane, control your breathing, and make a clean shot only when the angle is responsible. Preparation replaces panic with a routine. Tip number 5. Move when the deer cannot see you, not merely when you feel ready. This sounds obvious, but it is one of the hardest skills to practice. A hunter spots a deer and immediately reaches for equipment. The deer catches that first movement, locks onto the location, and the encounter is over. Instead, read the animal's attention. When its head is up and ears are pointed toward you, become completely still. Do not try to beat its eyesight. Wait until its eyes are blocked by a tree, its head turns away, or it lowers its head to feed. Then make one slow, controlled movement and stop again. Reduce the number of movements you need. Keep essential equipment in the same accessible place every hunt. Silence loose straps, metal clips, zippers, and anything that can strike the stand. Wear layers that allow you to move without loud fabric rubbing together. If using a bow, know exactly where your release is. If using a firearm, maintain safe muzzle direction and keep your finger outside the trigger guard until you are ready to fire. Patience is especially important when more than one deer is present. You may be focused on the animal you want while another deer is watching from the edge of cover. Scan the entire area before moving. A deer that seems relaxed can also become alert instantly, so be willing to pause halfway through the motion. And remember that not every encounter must end with a shot. If the angle is poor, the target is uncertain, or the background is unsafe, waiting or passing is the correct decision. Ethical restraint protects people, reduces wounded animals, and preserves the hunting opportunity for another day. Put these 5 habits together and you will notice a change. You will contaminate fewer good areas, understand current deer movement more clearly, and feel far calmer when an opportunity arrives. Hunt the real wind. Protect your access. Follow fresh information. Prepare every safe shot in advance. And let the deer, not your excitement, decide when you move. Which of these tips made the biggest difference in your hunting, and what lesson did you have to learn the hard way? Share it in the comments. If this helped, subscribe for more practical hunting strategies, scouting advice, and field-tested lessons. Hunt legally, hunt safely, respect the animal, and good luck this season.